Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with Me, and we have another beautiful project just made from junk mail envelopes. So this is a little, I'm going to use it for my folio. I'm going to use it as an insert, but you could use it as a card. Anything that you want to use this for. So I have a little magnet on here, and I'm going to cover that chipboard up. I just now noticed that that's showing. I'm going to cover that chipboard up with some paper, but it folds out like that. Lots of journaling space, so I can do all of my journaling in here. You could close this up and make it into a pocket if you wanted to, and then it closes right back up. Covered on both sides, so you can put lots of goodies in here. Now this one is not thick, it's a thin one, so that you could put it in the mail if you want. So you can't put a lot of embellishment and photos and that kind of thing in here, but we are going to make next week a thicker one that's got a spine on it, where you can put lots of inserts and things inside there. So let's get into making this project. It's quick and easy, and it uses up all of those junk envelopes that you get. So you're going to need 2 envelopes that are basically the same size. Doesn't have to be exact, but just make sure that they're close to the same size. Let me grab this one. That one's too short. As you can see, I have plenty of them. Okay. That one looks like it fit. Yeah, these 2 are basically the same size. And if you don't have them the same size, don't worry about it. Just trim them off, or, you can fix it. So what you're going to do is on each end, you're going to cut just a tiny bit off. Just a tiny bit on each end. And that's going to open your envelope up like that. Don't glue your flap down first, just cut off each end. Okay, let's see if we've got them about the same size. Looks about right to me. Okay, when you get your 2 envelopes opened up, what you want to do is just go ahead and fold one of them back up like that, and just lay it down with the tab inside like that. Make sure that it lays right in the fold of this one. So just kind of fold that one over and make sure that it lays right in there, and it folds up well without any problem. Then what you're going to do is you're just going to open this up. You're going to hold that exactly where it is, and you're going to put some glue right here, just on your tab here, not anywhere else, just on that little tab. Then you're going to lay this over and glue that down. Then when you open this up, you've got your 2 envelopes attached. And the reason we did that like that, you could have just attached it, but when this folds up, we need it to fold up where it's all even, where there's no, if we'd have tried to glue this down, we might have got it a little bit too high, and then it wouldn't have folded up exactly in that crease line there. So we wanted them to fold up all even, just like that. All right. Now what you need to do is down here on this bottom, we want to cut this off straight. So we want this one to be straight across. So you just cut those 2 little tabs off there, so you've got a straight bottom on that. Now I'm going to start covering mine on the inside. So what I need to do is I need to measure from that fold right there down. Make sure I got the fold right. There we go. And it's 3 1/8. Make sure it's 3 1/8. Yes, 3 1/8, and it is little over 8 1/4. So I am going to use some of this for the inside. You could use your scraps again on this. I have just used up most of my large scraps, so I'm just going to use this paper line. 3 1/8 right there. And then a little over 8 1/4, I think I said. Let's see if that works. Yeah, that will work right there. I can trim a little of that off, and then I want to round my corner anyway, so that's going to work. Now you can use a glue stick to put this down if you want to. I'm just going to use my art glitter glue. This is a beautiful paper, and I will link this paper below if I can find it. This was a last year's collection, and I do not know if anybody still has it, but if they do, I will link it below where you can get it. Now I'm just going to take my scissors and trim right across there. Now on this one, I need to cut it a little over 8 1/4, and I need to cut it at 3 7/8. Now when you put this second sheet down, make sure that you do not put it over that score line. Leave a little bit of a gap between the two. If you don't, your sheets are not going to fold up. So let's see, leave a little bit of a gap there so it will fold up. And I'm going to trim this one off just a little. There we go. And then this one is going to be the same size as this one, but again, we're going to leave that little bit of a gap so it will fold up. It looks like I might have to trim that one off a tiny, tiny bit. I don't know. Let me look. I just lay them down and then I fold, and if it works, okay, I think that is going to work. So we're going to put that one down. So we've got those, and then we just need to put one right here. And I think it will be the same size. Let me measure it and make sure. Yeah, 3 7/8. Now let me make sure that everything is going to fold up. When I put this one down, I may have to trim it a little. When these envelopes are a little bit imperfect, so you may have to trim here or there. Alright, we're going to put this one down. Now, if you like to do mixed media, these hold up very well to mixed media, and they look really, really good when they're done in mixed media. So that would be something that you could do if you don't want to just line each one of them with paper. Okay, so there are our folds. It folds over well. So that's what the inside looks like so far. Now we're going to decorate the outside, and then we'll go back and do some things to the inside. Let's go ahead and put the mats down on this side, and I'm cutting the paper at the same sizes as I did for the other side. Let's start right here, I think. Let's make sure. I love this paper. That makes a really good mixed media too. I'm going to flip it over, and I'm just trimming that tiny bit of excess off of there. And then I'm going to fold it up, and I'm going to look at this. I think it looks pretty good. It's just easier to do this than to try to get every sheet of paper cut exactly right, since your envelopes are all different. So I like doing it that way. Now let's see, let's cut a couple more. Let's go ahead and put this last one up here, and then I'll show you how we're going to trim out that tab. Now before I start to cover this tab up here, what I'm going to do is take my Tim Holtz Vintage Photo ink, and I'm going to go around all of the edges and the folds so that I can cover up any of that envelope that's still showing. So I'm just going to fold it like that and cover that up. There we go. We have all of it inked. Now we can go ahead and cover this little top up here. So this is going to fold like this. That's going to come over. Okay, I'm just going to take this scrap piece, and I'm going to lay my little closure tab up against it like that, and then we're just going to trace this. Okay. Then I'm just going to take this little tab and lay this down on here and trace it again, just so that I can cut another one out for the other side. So we're going to go ahead and glue this down. This front little flap right here. There we go. And then we will glue this one on the inside. Now, isn't that cute? It is ready to put pictures in, embellishments, that kind of thing. Now, this flap, you will have to kind of maneuver a little bit to get it to fold over the thicknesses, but there's plenty of room, and you may have to go back in with your ink once it does fold in the right place and just ink that back up a little bit. And I'm going to go around the edges here and ink this. So we have all of that inked, all of the covers on. And now on this one down here, you can choose to just make this a pocket if you want. Just glue the sides down and let that be a pocket. I'm just going to leave mine like is, but you can do this a lot of different ways. Now, let me tell you, this is not going to be one of those that you can fill up with all kinds of photos and ephemera and that kind of thing, because it is a thin envelope. But it is good for mailing to a friend. So if you want to make this into a card envelope, you can do that. You can put all of your information here, your writing. You could put a couple of photos in here, that kind of thing. but it's not going to be one of those that you can fill up with a lot of different things. I'm going to use mine inside my other mini album. It's just a little journaling spot is what I'm using mine for. But I will show you how to make one later on that you can use as a journaling notebook, or to put a lot of photos in, or put ephemera in, because we make it thicker. We make these little edges thicker, the spines and everything. All right, let's go ahead and finish up on this. Now, I've just cut out some embellishments from the collection, and I cut this out and just put it on a piece of chipboard, because I'm going to put this right up here. And let's see, I want a closure on this. So I think what I'm going to do is I've got just some little pieces of chipboard here that I have cut. Just some little, not quite squares, but just some little pieces. And I think I'm going to put those behind that and then mount that. Let's see, put them right there and then mount that right there. And then I can take my ribbon and I can attach it somewhere on the back or whatever, and then I can just kind of wrap it around that, and that'll be my closure. I think that will work. I also had this little button that I thought I could use. I'm not sure. I might even put it down here with the ribbon up through it, and then just twirl that around that. Not sure. I'm looking at different ways right now, so I just drug out some different things. But I do know that I'm going to put some different embellishments here on the front. Now, like I said, I cut all of this out of the paper pack. So let's see what we got here. I think I want that there. And I may want that little piece behind it like that. And then I was thinking about putting this one over here and just kind of placing that there, and then this is just a little half piece, so I'm just going to tuck that in like that. I like that look, and I'm not sure, I may use that on the inside somewhere. So I think I'm going to glue these down like this, and this is going to be the front, and I'm not going to put any dimension on these. I'm just going to leave them flat, since I am going to be tucking this in my other little mini. Well, I say little mini. It's a mini that is large enough that I can tuck this one inside. So let's see. And I'll just put this in one of the pockets on the mini album, and then that way I can take it out, journal in it, whatever, and then put it back. So let's tuck that right there. Like that. Don't you just love layering? I think layering makes everything look so pretty. Now, I have heated up my glue gun because I'm going to glue these together. Like that. And I'm hoping this is not going to be an overkill on this. I think it's going to work. We will soon find out. And then I'm going to put that right there, I think. But I'm going to lay this on top of it first and just see if that's going to stick up way too much. Well, yeah, it's going to stick up a lot, isn't it? So we may not go that route. I could always put a magnet under here. That may be what I do. That way I won't have to worry about whether it is going to tear up this or not when I put it down in my other mini album. Let's just do that. That'll be the safe thing to do. I'll put that right there. And then pull the backing off of this. These are our basic gray magnets. I have people that ask me about these all the time. We keep them in the shop constantly because I use them and a lot of other people do too. So I always keep them on hand. If you don't want your little magnet showing, you can just cut out a little circle and put on each one of them. I'm not going to worry about that right now. I think mine's going to be covered good enough. And then I'm going to glue that down just like that, I think. So I'm going to put a little glue right here at the top. I'm not going to glue it down all over because I don't want to close that up permanently. Let's make sure that that's right. There we go. Okay, and then I have a little bow. I'm not sure I want to put that on there or not. It kind of goes with it, but I'm just not sure. Let's see. I don't know. Let's attach it right there and see what it looks like. If it doesn't look good, I can pull it back up real quick. You guys need to tell me what you think. You've been silent long enough. Tell me. If I would do lives, you could tell me, couldn't you? All right. What do you think? You like that or no? I'm going to trim these little tails off down here. I don't really like them hanging down that long. I don't think it looks bad. I wish the ribbon or the bow was a little bit smaller, but this one you can't adjust. It comes made like this. So I'm just going to kind of separate it. And that'll help the looks of it a little bit. So I think I'm going to leave that there. And then, let's see. I'm going to use a few of these pieces of bling. Of course, I always have to put bling. And since it's got that gold foil in there, I think I'm going to use these gold ones here. These are pretty gold ones. I want to hoard those, but I'm not. I'm using them. Yeah, I think that's all I'm going to use on the front. Let's go ahead and open this back up. And I think I want to put this down. Since I've already trimmed it out, I do want to put it somewhere. And I think I might just put it right there. Then I can do my journaling over here. Let's see. What you think? What you think? I think that'll look good right there. And then I can do lots of journaling here and here. Or I can make this into a pocket and put some tuck things down in there. But that is the little mini album insert. That's what we're going to call it, a mini album insert. I like that. So that is it, guys. How simple is that? And this is made from junk envelopes. So don't throw those junk envelopes away. Make you some beautiful projects with them. All right, guys, if you like these upcycle projects, there'll be a playlist right up here where you can go and check out some of the other upcycle projects that I have done. I wish you would check those out. It really helps me when you guys continue to watch my videos through to different ones. It helps a lot on my YouTube channel. Also, if you're not subscribed to our YouTube, I would appreciate it if you would hit that subscribe button and subscribe and click that little bell if you would like to be notified when we put up new videos. Our videos are kind of random because, you know, sometimes life gets in the way. I do run a store, and I don't have a lot of help, so I do a lot of the things myself. So I have to squeeze squeeze in videos whenever I can. I try to get them up as promptly as possible, but sometimes they're a little bit random. So clicking that little bell will help you be notified when I put up a video so that you don't miss anything. Because sometimes I will put up clearance sales and there'll be a limited supply of something, and I have people who come back and say, well, I didn't know about the sale and I missed it. If you have that little bell clicked and you get notified, then it'll prompt you to go over and look at that video. Then you can get in on some of those quick sales. All right, we will talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.